Sienna Mae and Jack Wright, two TikTokers in a fake relationship that grew them millions of adoring fans and made them a whole lot of money. But last year, friends of Jack, as well as his brother, publicly accused Sienna of essaying Jack. Sienna quickly responded with two videos denying everything, and there was no further movement from either camp. That is till last month when Jack Wright released a video supporting the allegations and accusing Sienna of essaying him. Sienna has been absent from the public eye since Jack's video until this week, when she went on the BFFs podcast along with her lawyer and a video forensics expert.
We have two lawyers, right? Your lawyers are on here. Wow.
Yeah. So I actually have my lawyer here. Her name is Julie Gershik. And then I have a video forensic expert. And he's basically just going to be talking about the video.
Dave says that it's odd that she feels the need to bring a whole team of legal experts on a podcast with her. Brianna says that it felt like court, and Josh said that he almost thought he was in the wrong Zoom when he joined. But Sienna says that she understands it might seem a bit intense, but they're here to answer the legal questions, and she's here to answer the questions on her emotional state and how she felt about the situation.
I want to talk about my emotional state, and I feel like what I want to touch on is how I'm doing and like the emotional questions that I know you guys are going to ask. But as for the legal and the so what's going on questions, that's for them to answer, because I don't want to, I don't want to butcher anything. This is all now it's serious, you know?
Dave then asks if this means that there is a legal situation going on, and her lawyer responds that there is no legal case going on. There's no police report, there's no civil complaint, there's no suit, there's nothing. Dave then asks what the point of a lawyer or a forensics expert is if there's no legal proceedings happening. Sienna's lawyer responds that serious allegations have been made against her client, and enough going back and forth has taken online. And that it is time for the professionals to step in and deal with these kinds of allegations.
So then, but then that begs the question, if there hasn't been a legal issue, why are you here? She can't, there's nothing going on. She could theoretically answer for herself.
Because obviously there have been allegations made, right? Obviously there have been legal allegations made. And at this point, after so long of just going back and forth online, and it's all just social media, it's time to actually bring in some professionals who are going to talk about what's really real. And what's real is that there's nothing out there.
Dave asked Sienna how she reacted when the allegations first broke back in 2021. Sienna said she was just as shocked and blindsided as everyone else on the internet was. Brianna then asked Sienna if she hit up Jack when the allegations first came out, and Sienna said no, she didn't. She didn't reach out to him when the allegations first got online. She said the last time she spoke to Jack or any of his friends and family was on their last trip to Hawaii. Dave was shocked that she didn't try to message him, try to reach out to him and be like, why are your friends saying I essayed you on Twitter?
But actually, no, I haven't talked to him and literally since our last trip to Hawaii together. The last time I literally saw him was before I got on my flight, and we haven't talked since.
So when that came out, you didn't reach out to Jack, be like, what is this? Nothing.
Huh.
Well, you guys already reach out to you?
Well, because he didn't post it. So I was obviously furious. I've never been through anything like this. Last time I came on, you guys saw little squirrel girl, 16-year-old dancey TikTok girl. I was like, what? I had no idea how to deal with any of this.
Sienna reveals that during her time off of social media following Jack Wright's video, she had hired a video forensics expert to analyze the video of her and Jack that his friends posted online, and had him make a PowerPoint presentation on it where they presented it to the BFFs podcast.
I was asked if the video can be used as credible evidence of the accusations against Ms. Gomez. In short, no. The posted video is not credible evidence of these accusations.
Now, I can't post the whole video presentation, but I will link it down below so you can watch it on the Frenemies podcast. It's on the 50-minute mark, and it's only 2 minutes long. But Dave and Josh agreed that the whole PowerPoint video just made the situation seem more sketchy. And Dave says that the video isn't enough evidence for people to deem her guilty of SA. but that the video presentation by the forensics expert didn't help and was a bad idea, and it wasn't going to sway anyone into thinking Sienna was innocent, and says that it felt like quote unquote a bad movie. He said that some people will believe her, some people won't believe her, and he called the whole thing a she said and a she said he said situation, unless it was taken to the courts. Josh asked why Sienna herself hasn't sued for character defamation, because if false, these allegations have ruined her career and dragged her name through the mud. Sienna's lawyer responded saying that they are considering that along with other options at the moment. After the BFFs podcast, Sienna posted a blog entry on her interview with BFFs titled "My BFFs Podcast Interview." This week, my parents and I drove to my lawyer's office in LA. I sat down with the members of the PFF podcast, as well as my attorney and a video forensics expert to share some important information. Over the last month, some people have speculated as to why I turned off comments across my social media platforms, why I haven't been posting, why I released an opad/blog rather than a video, and so on. I know a lot of people are wondering, why a podcast? Why now? The answer is that I wanted an opportunity to have a conversation, to be asked hard questions and to answer them. The claims against me were originally made when I was 17, about a time when I was 16, and I was and still am not equipped to discuss them with the level of expertise and care they require, which is why I brought professionals with me to do so. I have always wanted adults in the room to handle the situation and have never wanted it to play out on social media. Since that choice was made for me, I decided to bring the adult professionals with me so they could share some facts about the situation, like how the video that some people claim is quote-unquote proof is not considered credible evidence, and how just because stuff is said about you on the internet doesn't make it true. What's true is the law. And so that I could talk about how I have felt through this experience. I felt grief and betrayal. More than that, though, I felt hopeless. Hopeless because in the midst of this grief, betrayal, and pain, my family, my friends, and supporters and I have all been and continue to be viciously bullied online. From DMs and emails to me, to entire accounts dedicated to posting hate about me, to hate comments and attacks on people who express their support. All of this hate being driven and based on words said and made online, not based on facts or evidence. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you because it's entirely too long, but if you would like to read it, I will link it down below. Now let's go on to Owl's Take. Owl's Take is this thing I do where at the end of each video I take a minute or 2 minutes to react to what we just discussed. So on this case, I don't really have a take because there's only one of two takes you can have, which is she's guilty or she's innocent, and I can't pronounce her guilty. Only a court of law can pronounce her guilty, same as innocent. I can't pronounce her innocent either. But I do have something to say. I will say that it's sketchy that she felt the need to bring a whole team of legal experts with her to a podcast, you know? That's sketchy. I don't think, that's really weird. What was going on through her mind when she was making this decision? If that was me, I would know that this would make me seem more guilty, you know? But on the other hand, I kind of get it because she is facing heavy allegations that could at some point turn criminal, you know? And if she was to get on this podcast and misspeak, she might say something that would later on, if Jack decides to take this to court and press criminal charges, she might misspeak, and then this would be entered into the filings, you know? So I get that, because this is not just like, oh, you left a hate comment, oh, your old tweet was pulled up. These are heavy allegations. So I would understand why she might want to bring her lawyers and not miscommunicate anything. Because she is young. She's only 18, so I would understand why she would be scared. But I would have just never done this interview, because I think she was hoping at the end of this to come out looking good and to improve her what do I call this? Like her image online, you know? But I think it did the opposite. I think it just made her seem more guilty. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think it helped her image or not? Let me know in the comments. Peace out, babies.